What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and Dr. Disrespect returned to YouTube just a few days ago and set records. I'm sure there have been larger live streams, but for one person to have over 500,000 consistent viewers, maybe it exists. It's hard to say. But then the haters, all the haters that are just lurking around in the shadows, hating their own lives and wanting everyone else to feel the same as them, looking at their own failures and wishing everyone else was a failure like them. They've been just waiting. They're waiting for that other shoe to drop. They said, shut up, Jeremy. It's just cause it just came back. That's why the stream is so big, you big dummy. Well, he's now had several streams. He returned to streaming yesterday, and oh, by the way, it was another massive success. Dr. Disrespect Part 2, second YouTube stream, still draws massive viewers and a big sponsor. Let me tell you why this is so good for, selfishly, me and my fellow YouTubers. And you, the viewers. Twitch has some questionable terms of service. I've questioned their validity and their equality of enforcement several times in the past. Sadly, YouTube has the exact same problem, but the fact that YouTube could potentially, like, Dr. Disrespect is a type of dude that will make YouTube change live streaming for the better. I talked about yesterday how YouTube was making big bites out of the viewership that Twitch was had. Twitch viewership dropping down in Q4 of last year while YouTube's rocketing up. Now, we'll have to see how that trend continues in 2020. But selfishly, what I care about is the doc coming to YouTube is only going to improve things for fellow YouTube streamers. It's gonna incentivize YouTube to not only add more features, as Doc will demand features that he was used to on Twitch, but it will bring more streamers over from Twitch, especially mid-level streamers who already may have a YouTube channel and are waiting for that precious YouTube partnership status to be approved. Now they can just start streaming immediately on YouTube Gaming. Dr. Disrespect's Part 2 second draws massive crowd. He returned yesterday for the second time, proving that he's not just testing the waters like Ninja on YouTube and Twitch, fishing for a contract. Rather, he's back full-time streaming without one. Doc was always a popular streamer, hence the 10-figure contract that Twitch offered him, then broke with his infamous ban. But this entire mystery and controversy seems to have only served to make him more popular than ever. He put impressive numbers up for a second stream, hovering around 150,000 viewers at peak, but generally getting over 100,000 for the entire time. Not to always use Ninja as a metric, but this is more than Ninja's debut on YouTube stream, which was more than around 130,000 at its peak. This was even more impressive considering the bulk of his stream was sponsored by Rogue Company, a new high-res game that has attracted some streamer attention. But it's hardly Call of Duty Warzone. Doc's recent bread and butter, the entire Rogue Company playdate seems like it had been orchestrated from before Doc returned to streaming. One of the first donations Doc read on stream during his return amidst the flood of them was someone asking him to check out Rogue Company, and he said maybe he would. 2 days later, he was doing a sponsored stream for it. God, how much do you think he got paid for that? Man, dude. Probably 100 grand just to play a video game. Like, hey, I mean, I may only put up a 1,000th of what Doc does, but I'm loyal too. Though I guess it's also possible Hi-Rez heard that the comment and leapt to craft a deal with Doc immediately. That day led to a high viewership playtime for the game, and the following script exchange afterward indicating that more Rogue Company is in Doc's future, as clearly this is part of some larger deal. He said, "Hey, Rogue Company, I like this game. Let me design a map. I'll bring my violence, speed, and momentum with the design. Easy, guarantee. Rogue Partner." Notice how he had that. That's a big hell yeah two-time. But you haven't designed a level since 1997. You think you can walk back and build an instant classic? How about this? You've got 24 hours to prove you can design a map. Then we'll go from there. You in. The Rogue Company thing is actually kind of an important bit of information in the Doc saga, as some brands see no problem continuing to have or starting to form relationships with him after his Twitch ban. I wouldn't be surprised if this Rogue Company thing was set up over the course of the past month, with the stipulation being his first stream back wouldn't be a sponsored stream, which would definitely look weird. But some Doc's old brand partners welcomed him back as well, including probably most prominently Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Now, the interesting thing about the sponsors, and perhaps the most telling, is that at minimum, they've received not even a sniff of why he was banned. Otherwise, I'm sure a company like Mountain Dew would have bailed. I've been on the side of facts before feelings in terms of Dr. Disrespect from Jump Street. Yes, the timing of it was curious. The timing of it was, it made people think, oh boy, is this, going to be some sort of situation where Doc was, using his position simply because, it felt like Twitch had poisoned the well by timing his layoff or his firing really on that Friday, right around when everything else was going on. Now, maybe this went all the way back to his infidelity, which everyone has gotten over. Maybe not. Maybe there was some confidential information. Maybe not. Maybe once they realized that Mixer wasn't going to be a viable option for Doc anymore, they decided that, hey, let's just get out of this $10 million, $20 million deal we signed with him. He's not worth it. Maybe he just legitimately financially wasn't worth the outlay that Twitch had promised him. Maybe he wasn't bringing in enough new viewers. We don't know. It seems odd that you would just terminate him for that. But I think the fact that you have a brand new game willing to sponsor him, which can only be, I assume, for huge money, and Mountain Dew sticking with him, there's really nothing to argue with. Well, Doc has been a controversial figure before his permanent Twitch ban. Given that no public information has come to light about the most recent ban, there's no real reason for companies to stop working with him unless something does surface. This has led fans to mock the insiders of things like Doc is done, and not just on Twitch, back when this ban happened, as clearly mounted a comeback. Even if he isn't attached to a high-dollar YouTube contract, he's just streaming. But trust me, with 100,000 viewers between paid subs and donations, you are indeed raking it in all the same, in addition to whatever sponsorships he clearly has going. So Doc has found a new home, and his legal battle with Twitch continues in an absolute secret behind the scenes. Right. I mean, he had his contract with Twitch, which obviously was vacated. We don't know what kind of payout they gave him on the way out, but if he's averaging 70, 80,000 viewers every live stream, even if he dips, right, he's going to continue to get these huge sponsorship deals, which are probably in the seven figures. I'm sure Mountain Dew pays him many hundreds of thousands of dollars. And on top of that, you still get all sorts of great free press. You had your Dr. Disrespect cake, and you have Dr. Disrespect creates history on YouTube, hints at a new production company. Again, you don't know that this necessarily is all negative for him. Basically, everybody who was on Twitch already knew who he was and was probably watching him if they were interested. YouTube is a different beast. Me, I don't watch a lot of Twitch streamers. And I know there are a lot of my fellow YouTubers that don't really spend a lot of time watching Twitch streamers either. So it's entirely likely that Doc will not only carry over most of his audience from Twitch, but garner a brand new one over time, as he will continue to make headlines and set records with his viewership numbers on Twitch. Whether or not he starts to do some sort of his own production company or not, it doesn't even matter. He's still drawing massive numbers. 150,000 peak viewers is bigger than, I think PewDiePie was close to that during his The Last of Us 2 streams. But certainly I haven't seen him regularly over 100,000 during his God of War streams. And he has 106 million subscribers here on YouTube already. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I'm really glad to see the two-time get back to work. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to operate under the premonition that there's just this horrible thing that's going to come out eventually and everyone's going to have to eat their words, because that's not how I report on things. I report on things based on what we know. And what we know is Twitch terminated the contract for some reason that they didn't want to tell anybody. Doc has come back to say, hey, we don't even know why we were banned. As far as we're concerned, we did nothing wrong. And he's come back to fantastic numbers. And he's going to end up with tens of thousands of members in his Champions Club on YouTube. He'll have multiple tiers available there. He'll be making $100,000 to $200,000 a month just off the Champions Club. Huge sponsorships, ads, and super chats and tips and all sorts of stuff like that. So welcome back to the Two Time. I'm looking forward to benefiting as a fellow YouTuber from the audience that you brought here. Welcome. And also to the features that you will undoubtedly force YouTube to fast track improving their live streaming. Everyone wins with Dr. Disrespect here on YouTube, at least us YouTubers. So I'm happy you're here. Happy to have your viewers here. Hopefully, if you enjoyed this video, you'll take a moment to subscribe to my channel as I cover a wide variety of news. And we'll talk to you again real soon.